Good morning, First Unity. You look beautiful out there. Welcome. Please stand and join us in our first song, A New Day, New Way.
at somebody real quick and say, oh my, you look amazing. You look fantastic. You're gorgeous. You're powerful. You're intelligent. I see God in you. I call you blessed, healthy, wealthy, and wise. I see all kinds of good coming your way. I see all kinds of good coming your way. Now high five 2 or 3 people, hug somebody's neck, give an elbow bump to somebody, tell them you're glad to see them at First Unity Spiritual Campus. Everybody who is joining us around the world by live stream, we welcome you, YouTube and Facebook and our website. And actually, I'm going to ask our local congregation, would you welcome everybody who's live streaming right now? We see you, we acknowledge you, and we bless you. Thank you for being a part of this community. I want us to take a moment right here. I sent some communications to Pastor Dr. Bishop, a lot of people don't know this, Michael Beckwith at Agape in Los Angeles. And I wanted to let Dr. Michael know personally, but also publicly, that First Unity Spiritual Campus considers itself to be a sister organization to Agape. And we are holding you in love and in truth and in the light, especially with what's happening with the wildfires in LA. So we send our love to you. I've been very quiet about this on social media because I've taken this into my heart as we hold them in a space today. So I'm going to ask us to take a moment for those who, because it's interesting that one part of the country is on fire, the other part is frozen. You see the contrast. It's very strange, isn't it? And what's happening in the elements, I believe there's something in there that we need to begin to see. But in this space today, we're going to take just a moment, just kind of a moment of quiet, to take all of those into our heart who are experiencing any kind of physical devastation. We hold you in this moment. We send our love to you. We send the light of a higher truth that all things will work together for the greater good. But in this moment, we allow ourselves to feel your pain, to feel the anxiety, to feel the fear, and the uncertainty. We hold that, though, for only a moment, and we decide to transmute that into energy to produce a new day. Dr. Michael, Agape, and all affected by the fires, we send you our love. And so it is, and so it is. Those who are joining us online, we want you to know you're just as much a part of us. Just because we can't see you physically, we know you're there. And a lot of times as we go through the days, we have a tendency to not acknowledge you as much. And I want to apologize for that. And I just want you to know that we are grateful for you being virtual members. You're still a member of this community, and we say thank you for that. If you haven't silenced your phones already, consider doing so. I want to let you know that there's a lot of really fun stuff getting brewed up for First Unity Spiritual Campus. We're brewing some yumminess around here. So there's a lot of important information that's going to be going around over the next little bit, and Carrie is going to come, Reverend Carrie is going to come and share some more about that and some announcements, okay? So if you would welcome her to the platform. I love you, family.
Hey, family. Good morning. Everybody warm? Yeah? I'm warm, clearly. Yeah. Just a couple quick announcements for everyone. Thursday evening meditation at 6 p.m. here in the sanctuary. We have it every week. This week, it will be facilitated by Rebecca Joy. If you have a desire to serve, we do have some volunteer needs. I know I mention it every week, but the AV booth is looking for another volunteer. Hannah in the kitchen would like some help with cleanup as well. And I personally am looking for someone who may have marketing experience to help me with that department. We are definitely, with the changes that's going to be made this year for First Unity, I'm looking for some growth in our marketing team. And if you have a desire, see me after service. Our Oneness and Social Justice team met this past week on a couple different things. They're actually getting very involved in the community. So a few of the things that they're partnering with this year is the FAST group, Faith in Action and Strength Together. They are looking into making or opening a community food bank. So they're going to partner with Elam on that and Feeding Tampa Bay. So if you're interested in that, that is something they're looking to grow their volunteer team. And then we are also going to be marching in the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade this year. Yeah, a round of applause for that one. Yes. So Reverend John and our Oneness team already are signed up to march, which is Monday, January 20th. The march starts at 11, but the sign up or to go ahead and line up for it starts at 8:30. If you are interested in participating in that, we do have a couple sign up sheets in the lobby. One is for the food bank, one is for the parade, and then one is for the FAST organization. So if you're interested in that, make sure you see Carolyn or Ronnie in the lobby after service. So our membership drive, I know we've been talking about that goes on during the month of January. This is pretty important, guys. If you are not currently a member of First Unity, I do suggest you go ahead and go to the website tonight if you can. Go through what it takes to become a member, download our discovery manual, read through that, answer the questions, and then submit your membership. The reason I say we're going to be sending a very important email tomorrow to our members. So in order to receive this email, you do need to be a part of our membership. So make sure you check your spam folder. It's going to go out around 11 a.m. tomorrow. If you don't see it in your inbox, check your spam. But it's some pretty awesome things going on for First Unity, so be sure to join our membership. We have lunch in the hall every Sunday. It's obviously if you know where the hall is, but if not, it is through the doors to the right. Everyone's welcome. Donations are appreciated. And then the last thing is our Thrive in 2025 orange bracelets. I know I'm trying to show you guys, but if you have not received your bracelet, we have a couple out in the lobby. And then for the online people, I'm looking at you. You also can get a bracelet. So all you need to do is email Ronnie at firstunity.org, your name and your address, and we'll be more than happy to mail you a bracelet as well. All right, I think that's about it, guys. Just visit firstunity.org if you have any questions on what's going on around campus. I love you guys.
Good morning once again. How are we this morning? I have the pleasure and honor of welcoming our guest to share with us. She is an energy healer, medium, and spiritual coach who channels the transformative power of creativity and connection. She blends her intuitive gifts with her talents as a performance artist and world-class singer ventriloquist. She supports clients and audience to find profound healing and joy, whether through private readings, healing sessions, or captivating audiences. She is a longtime student of Unity and New Thought principles and speaks monthly at Unity on the River in Newburyport, Mass. You can find her online at www.healinganswers.net. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Leslie Ann Smith.
Thank you so much. Well, let's get right to it. I brought somebody special for you today. And this is a highly pedigreed, is that the right pedigree? Yes. Famous people helped this little one get birthed. So come on out and say hi. Do you know where you are, Sammy? This is Sammy Snail, everybody, who's apparently speechless.
I just was taking a nap. And then I wake up and I don't know where I am. Has that ever happened to you? But look, where am I, Leslie?
You are at First Unity Spiritual Center.
That's so awesome. And I see some old friends. Yes, I do. Elaine! Oh, and Lauren, and Daddy, and yes, Mildred.
Well, I'm so happy you're here, Sam.
These people are beautiful. They're so beautiful. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see?
Would you like to sing a song? I know you're a little starstruck, but would you like to sing a song for everybody?
Well, I would. And there's, cause,
Yes. Go ahead, Sam. You can do it.
hit it, Thorny Nick. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. 'Cause it's the only thing that there's just to love. What the world needs now
Is love a sweet love? No, not just for some.
but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain.
There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb.
There are oceans
And rivers
enough to cross, enough to last.
to the end of time.
What the world needs now is love, baby, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just to love.
What the world needs now is love, a sweet love.
No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow
There are cornfields
and wheat fields enough to grow.
There are sunbeams
And moonbeams enough to shine. Listen, Lord, if you wanna know what the world needs now is love, sweet love.
It's the only thing that there's just too little love.
Love, sweet love, love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for I love you, my friends. This is my new spiritual home. And you're my people.
Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Amon. Thank you so much, Robins.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. It's a love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. It's a love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. It's a love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love.
Welcome to our sacred centering time. Welcome to all of you who have joined us online. And so if you're at home, I invite you now to collectively join us in raising our energy, our vibrations, and coming home to who we are. So maybe now, as you're beginning to become aware that you're entering this sacred space for the next 8 to 10 minutes or so, beginning to make yourself as comfortable as possible. And as I invite the bell reminding you that you are not your body, not your thoughts, and inviting you to take this journey deep within yourself to who you really are. Connecting with your breath and breathing now. As you begin to let go of the outside world, letting go of your to-do list or letting go of anything that you may have brought with you to this space in this moment. And Mother Teresa said the following. She says, I always begin my prayer, my meditation in silence. For it is in the silence of the heart that my God speaks. God is the friend of silence. So maybe you have another word for God. Maybe you use spirit, prana, goddess, light. Whatever your label is, I'm going to invite you now to connect with this energy. And as Mother Teresa tells us, we need to listen to this, because it is not what we say, but what the God of our understanding says to us and through us that matters. Prayer and meditation feeds the soul, as blood is to the body. Prayer, meditation is to our souls. So I'm going to invite us to go deep within, maybe accessing that place of quiet, of silence within. Maybe noticing the feel of your body here. Wherever you are, maybe lying down if you're at home or here in the sanctuary, becoming aware of the sensations in your body. And maybe now connecting to your breath and breathing. As you begin to notice with each exhale breath that you are now going deeper within yourself. This is the way to find that quiet space within, that place that is beyond the clamorings, the noise of the outside world. And you've chosen to be here now, noticing if you can relax your eyes. Maybe noticing a relaxation coming over your jaw, your shoulders. Taking the inner journey inwards by relaxing the body. Notice where your hands may be resting. Maybe you're holding tension still in your hands. And without any critical judgment, just being aware of any tension or tightness that you might be still holding on to. And connect to your breath and breathing. And the more relaxed the body is, the stiller the mind becomes. Maybe now connecting to your own cadence or rhythm here. As you breathe in through your nose, follow the breath all the way up. Expanding the rib cage and the abdomen, and as you exhale, just slowly allowing the tension to quietly leave. 2 more times as you inhale, filling up, expanding your own way. And then as you exhale, releasing and letting go. One more time, maybe inhaling slowly for a count of 5. Maybe holding at the top. And then as you exhale, releasing and letting go. Quietening the clamor of the outside world here. Maybe now resting in your spiritual eye. Or if you're still in a place where there are thoughts, your to-do list coming and going, Can you just become aware that these will come and go, but the quieter and the stiller your body is, the less thoughts will arise. Just notice this. So now, as we're continuing to enter into this silent space within you, where maybe you rest in your heart space in prayer, or maybe you like to stay in your spiritual eye. So now you have arrived, you are here. This is now the place, the quiet within you, where you are now feeding your spirit and your soul. Just as blood is to your body, this time in prayer and meditation will now feed your soul, your spirit. If your mind wanders, come back to your breath. Maybe breathing in, I am, and exhaling, silence. Allowing the stillness within you to speak as you connect in your own way for the next few minutes without my words. You are now in your silent place. Fill yourself up. Maybe you're now noticing how the stillness speaks, how the God of your understanding is now moving through you. Fill yourself up here as you wait here. Can you feel how God breathes you in this moment? How Spirit feeds you? This is who you are. Beyond this body, beyond these thoughts, this is who you are. Maybe now you see this energy as light, something that it is that you need in your life, in your body. Now that you have emptied yourself out of tension, tiredness, worry, and weariness, can you now fill yourself up here, feeling this unconditional love that is you, that is moving into every particle, every cell, every area of your body, your mind. So allowing the silence here to fill you up. And now that you have prepared the way in, just maybe allowing these affirmations to continue to fill yourself up here. The light of spirit illumines my intellect. My mind is full of poise, balance, and equilibrium. I am now at peace with my own thoughts. Who I am is not my thoughts. I am pure divinity. My mind is God's mind, is Spirit's mind. I am at peace. And as I let go here, I let go of concerns about the future. I know I am being guided to the place where I fulfill my divine mission and purpose. What else are you going to ask for in this quiet sanctuary, this place? Just quietly affirm, filling yourself up here. Just notice how this feels in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. And now as you hear the bell, your invitation that we are returning back to the sense world. So maybe keeping your eyes closed or at a soft gaze, beginning to slowly bring awareness back to this place, this space. Maybe you're wiggling your fingers, your toes, maybe giving yourself a long body stretch. And whatever it is that you need in this moment, just know that it already is. So slowly bringing your awareness now back to your hands, maybe bringing your hands together in a prayer position, Anjali Mudra. And taking a moment to bow the head towards the heart. And then maybe using the words of Mother Teresa again this week, maybe to remind us that it is through the silence that we find our prayer, our meditation, that will fill our minds, our bodies, our spirits, and allow the divinity of who we are to flow through us. So take a moment now as you begin to open up your eyes, maybe catch the eye of somebody around you, create a big smile. And until we meet each other again, the divine light within me truly honors, sees the divine light within each and every one of you. And we say all of that in one word, Namaste.
Namaste, loved ones. How y'all doing? Yeah. Reverend Aileen. Wow, always so yummy, delicious. Man, there's a sweet spirit in this room. Can you feel it? Can you sense that you are it? In fact, look at the person next to you and say, I'm it. I am it. I told Sazzy that one time, and I think she's adopted that. She probably even has a t-shirt now that just says, I'm it. That's it. She said, wait a minute, I'm going to get a whole wardrobe that says I'm it. We are in a new series titled Thrive in 2025. This is scheduled to be part 2 of that, but we'll see where this goes. The prophet Isaiah, who was a Jewish prophet, the Hebrew people, came later to be known one who, according to the narrative, really did most of the prophecies around the birth of Jesus, as it is taught. Around the same time as Isaiah is prophesying in Israel, there's the warring states in China. And Lao Tzu is writing the Tao Te Ching. So there's a vibe that's going on, and you can see in some of the prophetic words that Isaiah is utilizing that there's sort of an energetic thing. It may be a language difference, but there's sort of themes throughout the space of there. In fact, actually, you can see that. You would even think that you would start to think that they all plagiarize each other, because there's a certain vibe that's happening, a sound that's being heard in the earth. Now, I'm not calling myself a prophet. I've had people prophesy over me that I'm a prophet. And there's a lot of profit in being a prophet. You can even get toll-free numbers, and people can call and get a prophecy for $1,000. And I'm not dogging that. People, they do what they do, you know. Although there was a psychic network a few years ago that went bankrupt, you would have thought they would have seen that coming. But there's a that's a joke right there. It's going to leave that. I've not really decided to carry the mantle of a prophet, because that is supposed to be one who speaks out and foretells and is calling things into existence, and is typically one who is kind of loud and man, I feel like I'm describing me now, but they tend to have a lot of energy and all right. So I have been told that I would be one of those, but I'm not seeing that in the traditional sense. But I do believe that I am one who has decided to stare into the stars. This is one of the reasons I carried the title of a pastor for a long time, because it's really the word is two words, pastor. So it is one who gazes at the stars, looking at the stars, reading the stars, seeing the signs, asking for light, so that it can be a light for others. I've chosen to lay down my life and whatever dreams and aspirations that I had in the music business, lived a short life in Nashville, Tennessee, and died a quick death. And out of that, though, I came to realize that my true essence, my true calling is to do this, what I'm doing now. This is my true calling. The P.S. was that I sang. The body of the letter was that I'm here to declare what I believe is higher consciousness truth. But you have to understand, when I get into a role and something starts to happen, there's a spigot that gets turned on, and I just become conduit. I like to read, I like to study. Those are things I enjoy doing, but I'm telling you, these days I'm receiving at a high rate. In fact, sometimes the system shuts down and reboots at such a high rate of information. And inspiration more than information. And I'm leading up to something with this, I promise. There is a real potential in the planet right now for an actual shift in the evolutionary process of the human experience. We have an opportunity before us right now to stop buying into the systems that have made us play little, and to start forging a pathway forward to create a new era. But in order for us to create a new era, there's going to have to be a falling away of the errors in thinking and ways of being. We're going to need to be able to sacrifice is going to come with us allowing all of those identities to fall away. St. Paul called it being crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live. And he would say, but the life that I now live, I live as the faith and the forward motion or the movement of a son or the DNA of God. On that note, look at someone close to you and say, oh my God, you are God in the flesh. Now we say that around here, but I'm not sure that we're ready to fully embody it. Because many of us are afraid of blasphemy, or we're afraid of a responsibility. Marianne Williamson was one who said many years ago that we're not really afraid of what we can't do, we're more afraid of what we're capable of. And so we have a tendency to tamper it down. During the devotional service, Reverend Mickey gave us our reading, our sacred reading during the devotional service, she had no idea that about 10 days ago I had received a title of a message that totally went with that scripture of Isaiah, and that's why I mentioned Isaiah a moment ago. And he said this in the 58th writing of Isaiah: "Then your light will break forth like the dawn, and your healing will quickly appear." And the title of my chat with you today is Embracing the New Dawn. That title was given to me 11 days ago, and when she read that this morning, I had a goosebump. It ran from my big toe on my right foot all the way up and around the corner and down right out. It grounded out of the left foot, because I felt there's a synchronicity, that there is a new dawn, but some people will oversleep. There's an alarm that is sounding, and some people may hit snooze and sleep through it. And there shouldn't be any judgment from us that they're doing that. But I'm talking to a group of people, I believe today, by the web and here in person, that I think have chosen to wake up and fully embrace this new dawn. I believe I'm talking to people who have chosen to access their divinity and access the truth about who you are. More than the trappings and the concepts, and trappings and concepts create a trap for you to live, because you'll be conned out by it. People who have chosen to say, I'm going to be awake. I don't even know what all of that means. I've chosen, I don't need the details. I don't need any real clear vision. I just am trusting. I have faith that this is possible. Then Lily Lightbridge comes up to me right after the devotional service, and she said, my favorite quote, one of my favorite quotes is this: "Faith is the bird that feels the light and sings while it is still dark." Can I read that one more time? Faith is the bird that feels the light, but it sings while it is still dark. The darkest night is the backdrop for the brightest light. Can you hear that today? That if you think there's a season of darkness, it could be a womb, but it's not a tomb. It is a gateway to a birthing of a new era, leaving the old errors behind. But let me warn you, if all you feel is anarchy in your soul and anger, then you still have a warring spirit and have not experienced the peace that passes all understanding, and it is available to you. Because as we mature, we start to realize there is truly no enemy. At the end of the day, we are all connected to each other, of each other. Whether we are for each other's ideas and political standings and religious expressions, or whatever those may be, we know that we're all one. I don't need to understand all of the intricacies about your personality to know the reality is that you and I are connected. And every time I drop a pebble into the water of my life, it ripples out and affects you, and sometimes infects you. And I don't want to be an infection. I want to be effective on this earth. So I'm here to embrace a new dawn. Anybody else? Now, when I started thinking about this, I knew there were a few things to consider. If I'm going to embrace the new dawn, number one for me, it's the way it came to me, was awakening together. Awakening together. And I'm not talking about rattling somebody out of their sleep violently, but a desire to want to help light other people's life up. You can't diminish the power of your candle by using it to light other candles. And if we're going to truly wake up and create critical mass, it's not about individual personalities. It's not about Jesus Christ or Buddha or Lao Tzu or Muhammad or just these obscure individuals throughout time who, of course, affected change in the world. But it can't be about one individual. It needs to be a collective of people It can't be one voice crying in the wilderness and then everybody ignoring the possibilities. It needs to be a collective, and I'm talking about unity. To get past our petty egos, to get past our belief systems that have kept us in turmoil with each other, separate from each other. When I was growing up in the church, most of you know this, I've been in church all of my life, and I used to say I'm still in recovery. I had a drug problem when I was a kid. I was drugged to church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 times, you know. And we had this thing in the Christian church was, I have accepted Jesus Christ as my personal Lord and Savior. The problem with that is personal, Lord and Savior. And if you get saved, you can be like me. Some of the people that I met, if their soul was saved, their face didn't know. And see, I got saved multiple times growing up because I was convinced that I was sinning every day and I better get saved every single day. I better re-up every day. But I never felt safe. See, I might have been saved, but I didn't feel safe. And there was this individualism that would separate. We were essentially taught within the church, those who come to this church and have accepted Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior get to go to heaven, and everybody else is going to hell. There was this individualism that was built completely out of fear and ego, and there were those who were in and those who were out. And I'm saying to us, even those of us who have been in New Thought circles for years, and we've sort of thumbed our nose at the rest of the other church environments and other traditional religions, and we've said, oh, they don't have it, we have it. All of us are going to need to get rid of that ego and that arrogance. If you become exclusively inclusive, you've just become exclusive again. So unless we're going to draw the bigger circle, we won't experience a together awakening. And I'm not saying you have to like everybody that you come in contact with, because there's some people you just might not like. I mean, I know there's some people that don't like me. But can I draw the bigger circle? Can I put aside the personality conflict? Because you will not have conflict within your soul, because your soul resonates with the vibration of the soul that you're in contact with. But can I move past that to really make a connection with you so that we can have a collective, unified awakening? This is the request, the invitation of the universe right now. And it may not be easy. It's challenging, in fact. But I believe this is the higher calling. Getting past our ego. Number 2, answering the call. For God's sakes, the phone's ringing. Answer the call. So awakening to it and awakening together is important, but I need to pick up the phone. I need to answer the call. There is a time right now where all who claim to be or believe yourself to be a light worker, it is time for you to shine your light. Now, don't shine your light right in the face of other people, because you just blind them. I used to say that grace is a lampshade. It tempers the light. It illuminates the environment, but it doesn't blind others with its brightness. Can we hear that today? And if you consider yourself to be a bright light, then you might want to reconsider, because you wouldn't have to consider yourself to be a bright light. If you were a bright light, you would just be a bright light. See, there's a whole lot of, I consider myself to be spiritual. Well, now I wonder. Because if you are an unfolding of the divine, and you know this within your being, you just show up. You don't have to get credit from others or affirmation or confirmation from other people. You don't need anybody to say, oh my God, you're so spiritual. Because you have already invested in your own self, and your divinity is coming forth. But answer the call. Pat your neighbor and say, hey, your phone's ringing. Answer the call. See, I don't want to just witness transformation. Radiance, I don't want to just witness it. I want to participate in transformation. I don't want to be a bystander in the bleachers watching the game happen. Put me in the game, coach. Put me in. Is there anybody else in this space that has decided, I want to get in this thing. I want to actually affect change in the world. And not to serve me. Because see, if it's to serve you, you're still working in ego. Not to serve my bank account, but to service humanity's rise into our divinity. To collectively help to lift others up, not just our own selves. But a love that says, I'll answer the call to embody love, to embody compassion, to embody unity, and to shine brightly because maybe it will guide others out of fear and toward a clearer vision for their own life. Without me trying to define what that is. Man, see, the thing is, I'm inviting you to get engaged, but I'm also asking you to practice at the same time non-interference with other people's journey. Be the light, and then let others be the light wherever they may be. Number 3, this is the fun one. Awakening together. Oh yeah, I like that. I've heard this before. Answering the call. Oh yeah, I've heard that before. And you've heard this one before. But the question is, have you really heard it with your soul so that you can begin to do it? Number 3, if we're going to awaken together, if we're going to truly answer the call, we're going to need to shed our old illusions. Senator and Pastor Greg Kennard, longtime friend of mine in Georgia, he's no longer a senator now. He decided that he wouldn't run this last time, and someone else ran in his district. Fantastic musician, wonderful minister. Love Greg. He says this: our current truth is at worst absolutely wrong, and at best incompetent. Can we hear that? No, hold on a second. He said our current truth is at worst absolutely wrong, and at best very incompetent. He put that up on a post, and let me explain what I'm saying. Truth is not a destination you arrive at. It's an unfolding that happens on a regular basis, building on it. This is why we all must be open. Now, we know there are principles of love, joy, and peace that we can practice, but truth is ever unfolding. Nobody knows it, has a grasp on it. If you got a hold of it, you wouldn't be able to hold it anyway. You can't handle the truth. We don't handle it or manage it. We manifest it as we unfold as the truth. Can we hear that today? It's not something we say. It's not even something necessarily that we do. It's something we show up as. And it's ever unfolding. He posted that with a picture of the front cover of a pamphlet that was passed around in 1936 to all of the public schools in the United States, titled "The Disease of Left-Handedness." That may trigger some in here. How many of you were taught to write with your right hand, not with your left hand? They called it a disease, friends. Can you hear what I'm talking about today? They called it a disease. Something was wrong with you if you were left-handed. You know why they call it right-handed? Because it's right, and this is what's left. Can you hear that? Now apply what I just said to that. Because we're talking about shedding our old illusions. I'm saying, what is it that I'm holding on to at this present moment, politically, religiously, or any other way that I'm holding on to at this present moment that is an incompetent way of seeing the world? How many of you in this room actually believe that left-handedness is a disease? That something's wrong with you for being left-handed. See, I'm just saying, if we grow from glory to glory, strength to strength, you may see things a little differently in 2 years from now, in 2 days from now, in 2 weeks from now than you do at the present moment. I am always shedding my illusions. I told you, I think I may have freaked some people out. I've had a couple of folks reach out to me online and they said, "Are you okay?" Because at Burning Bowl, I said, "I'm giving up my spiritual self." And they were like, what the hell are you going to do then? I mean, isn't that who you are? Man, we're confused. Can you please explain? I go, no, there's no explanation. I'm just telling you, I have been crucified, and nevertheless I live. In other words, I've decided to get rid of all of old illusions. Every one of those things can become a construct if we're not careful. I want to constantly be breaking out of being a part of this group or a part of that group or identified as this and identified as that. I just want to be who I am in this present moment. And that's divine. When you label me, you negate me. in your own mind. So I choose the freedom of shedding the old illusions. Separation does not actually exist. It's not real. No matter how much you dislike someone else, and you can, I mean, I'm not judging you, because there's some people, but no matter how much people get on your last nerve. In fact, I have a t-shirt. Angie, did you give me the t-shirt that says, I see my wife's last nerve and I want to touch it so bad? I think you did. I wore it and she said, what's that mean? I said, I won't ever wear it again. No, we're good. We're fine. Ignore this shirt. Turn it wrong side out. Separation is an illusion. You're not separate from anyone else. Again, even those who have gotten on your last nerve, because the nerves are in the personality, not in the reality. Can we hear that today? Can we? I mean, I know, and some people, again, a saying, and I said this too as I'm writing this stuff. We all know this. We all know this. And this voice in my head said, well, oh yeah? Oh yeah? You all know this. If you all knew this, you would actually affect change in the planet. Because we like to come to church or spiritual community or temple or synagogue, and we want to be blessed. We want to get into engage in the emotional comings and goings of what it means to be a part of a community. But folks, I'm talking about real transformational change. I'm talking about our attitudes changing, our mouths changing, our personalities changing, us letting go of the petty stuff that stands in the way of our brothers and sisters. We don't have to divide over these intricacies and these nuances that we may not necessarily agree on. Let's agree on love. Let's agree on joy. Let's agree on peace. Let's practice that every day, and the other stuff is just a byproduct. It's just the icing. The cake is love, joy, and peace. Okay. I think I know that the misconception of separation, competition, comparison, that has been the cause of war, chaos, political divides, and conflict ever since the beginning of time. And as I say that, I hear somebody saying, yes, it's been that way the whole time. What am I going to do about it? Good question. What are you going to do about it? Because I've decided to study war not ever again. I've decided I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burdens, yeah. Down by the riverside. I'm gonna study war no more. And the chorus said, ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war. I ain't gonna study war no. When you study war, you get a degree in it. And then what do you expect your career becomes? This is what we do in our marriages too, by the way. Because most of us think that an argument is supposed to lead to a winner and a loser. But if it doesn't lead to progress, it was a waste of your energy. The same is true for political parties. The same is true in religion. When people now email me and they say, well, I don't believe anything that you said, and the Bible says this, and blah, 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 and they go down the line. You know what my response is to them? God bless you, and thank you for your honesty. I don't have a dog in that fight. Because I believe that the time has come We are in a time and a season right now of awakening. And it is time for us to reconnect our brains to our eternal cosmic origin. It's time for us to wake up and recognize our shared heritage of our eternal divine beingness. And I ain't got time for the rest of the stuff. I said, I ain't got time. I know that's not good grammar. I ain't got time. Amy Christos can write me an email later. I ain't got time for the other stuff. Because I've decided, as for me and my house, we will serve universal law, which is the law of love and truth. You're a cosmic, wonderful being. Return to that. Number 4, and you all know what's next for me. Love. Choose a habitual path of love. If you don't know what it means, perfect, because you won't confine it by defining it. Can you hear that? If you're not sure, if you say, well, what does he mean every time he talks about love? You're in the perfect place, because it means you have a beginner's mind when it comes to love, and you should, because it's not what we see on a Hallmark movie. It's not what you might have heard from somebody as they gazed into your eyes over creme brulee or a glass of bourbon. It's not what you maybe have heard from the other people around you. I'm talking about the essence of you, the truth, the foundational principle of all of life. It is that's what I call love. And so when I'm choosing a habitual path of love, I'm saying that I'm going to measure all of my activities and my words and even my thoughts by love. I will bring all of my thoughts, my words, and my actions under subjection to love. Does it measure up to love? Then I'm going to stop doing it. Are these words I'm about to say going to bring any good or add anything to someone's life? Then if it's not, I'm going to keep my mouth shut, because my words don't matter near as much as my love does. That's what I mean by choosing a habitual path of love. It's not about being right. My God, folks. When you have the opportunity to be right or to be kind, choose kind. I've decided I don't want to win any more arguments. I'm not interested in this exercise of being right. I want to be open. I want my heart to be open to receive everyone and to hear all of the opinions, and realize that as the opinions are being shared, that's that person's belief. That's all it is. And if it resonates with me, then it'll resonate with me. If it doesn't resonate with me, I still won't judge them for where they are. Do you ever remember a time in your life where you didn't have it all together? Oh, right now. Got it. Yes. Because it is this now moment that none of us have it all together. Come on. Let's be real here. Let's truly connect with a habitual path of love. Unconditional love. That reality is being referred to these days as the Christed timeline. Christed, not Jesus the person, but Christed as in higher consciousness, expanded pure presence. You get onto a different timeline. You stop operating within the confines of your societal norms. And when you do that, you affect the society that you live in. When we let go of our previous errors, we will create a new era. How many of you would say that you're hearing this message? This is rhetorical now. That you're hearing this message and there's a voice in your head saying, yeah, we've heard all of this before and nothing has changed. Listen to that. Go ahead and allow that voice to speak. It's in there, because it'll tell you Jesus said this, Buddha said this, Lao Tzu said this, Muhammad said this, all of these other great teachers and sages throughout time, they all said this. And this guy on the platform, he says this every single week. And what has changed? Because, I'll just throw out an example. Is our world better off than it used to be? Many of us, depending on what side of the politics you stand on, based on November the 5th, some of us would say absolutely not. And some of us would say, yeah, let's go. And yet we're all here in the same room, hearing the same message. And if any of us think that way, we are stuck in the slavery of the mentality of our society. And we will not affect change until somebody else tells us we can. Can I tell you something? There's no savior coming to the White House. Not a single one. It doesn't matter who it is in the White House. It matters who is in your house. In your house. The United States of America, in a few years, may not even be the United States of America. It's certainly not united now, as if it ever has been. And do you think I care? Boy, this will mess with some patriots now. Do you think I care? I don't. You know why? The same country that was built on the ground that was blood-soaked by the indigenous people of this land and on the backs of African slaves, that was raised up to be some kind of a great nation, and I was taught all of my life was the most important country in the world. They had to keep you thinking that, because we don't want to. Don't go out into the woods, there's monsters. You ever seen The Village? We were all raised in a village, all of us, and we're waking up from it. I'm not saying the United States is bad. I'm saying it ain't no better than anywhere else, because we're not from this country. Whew, can you hear this? I'm not of this world, even though I'm in this world. I'm from a country where everything is unified. I'm from an eternal essence and presence where everyone is in love, joy, and peace. And I'm telling you, I didn't come here to be conformed to this world. I came here to be transformed by the renewing of my mind and to create a new world, to create a new era, to create a place where people are safe to just be who they are. I am not dependent on this society or this system. There's a system within us all called the divine system, and it's waiting to be birthed and unfold through all of us individually and together collectively. And all we have to do is wake up and surrender to it and allow it to come forth. That's it. It's up to us. I refuse to put my trust in these systems. I choose to invest in the truth that is higher. Every generation, every people group who ever made a change, they had to break out of the mold that everybody had pushed them into. And I'm just crazy enough to say, it doesn't have to be this way. Can you hear the voice saying, it doesn't have to be this way? But what am I going to do about it? Just start doing it. Start living the love. Start living the joy. Start living the peace. Somebody shout out, peace is possible. Peace is possible. Love is possible. Love is possible. A new world is possible. Thriving is possible. I choose to thrive in 2025 and beyond, because peace is possible. Love is possible. Unity is possible. Thriving is possible. Just because these truths that have been taught throughout time have not fully materialized doesn't mean they're not possible. But imagine there's no heaven. I wonder if you can. Nothing to kill or die for. A brotherhood of man, Adom humanity. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. Man, this messed people up when John Lennon wrote this. And no religion to. What you mean? Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say, I'm a dreamer. This is what I was getting to in closing. People are so dedicated to their belief systems that they will argue with you about your limitations. They will argue with you about their own limitations because they're attached to their limits and afraid of their possibilities. And they'll tell you, you're crazy, you're nuts. All that stuff you're talking about is it's just nutsoid. It doesn't make any sense. It's impossible. And if you believe it's impossible and you stay in the idea of what we've always been taught impossible means, you'll miss that I'm possible is in the word itself. The potential is in you. The possibility is in you. You are an illuminated divine being, limitless. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I pray someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. Possess nothing and yet have everything. Precious holy presence. Give us the strength, the courage to embrace this new dawn, to believe in the power that is within us, to not just radically transform our own lives, but to bring transformation into the world. Help us to shake off all of the old illusions. Help us to shake off the things that separate us, no matter how intellectually thought out they've been. Let us have the power, the strength, the audacity, the faith, just like the bird that feels the light, but still finds the power to sing when it's still dark. Help us to see more clearly. Holy presence, ignite within us a fire that will burn away all that is not real, so that what is left is what is real. I pray this prayer in the name and the nature of the indwelling presence. And so it is. I invite you to embrace this new dawn. Bless you. In yourself. In yourself. Hopefully you're not standing for me. Hopefully you're standing for a new dawn in you. Stand up within yourself. Make this a reality. Okay. It is time for our giving practice here. It was mentioned earlier that it's going to be important, those of you who are not members yet, and that doesn't mean you don't belong. I want you to know that. This is just about the formalities. In the United States, we have 501c3s. That's what this is. It's a nonprofit, charitable, religious organization or faith-based organization. And because of that, you have bylaws and things. So being a member gives you the ability to vote on big decisions. We have some wonderful big decisions to make this year. And some of them are coming up pretty soon. And so if you have not joined already, consider doing that. If you are not sure, please get with Reverend Aileen, Ronnie, Carrie. They can help you to locate that information. I'm saying that to say that also I'm asking you this year to really consider the law of circulation for your life. What is it that I am giving? And where are there spaces in my life where I'm stifling the flow? Because money it's an illusion too. But the law of circulation, the vibrational frequency in it, is an act of our faith. That's what that is. When I'm writing a check, when I'm putting money into the plate, when I'm digitally giving, I am acting on faith. I'm saying that I actually believe that all substance that comes into my life comes from the divine source. And I'm just saying I want to recirculate that and invest that into a vibrational frequency I believe in. When you do that, it causes multiplication to happen in your life in terms of money. You all deserve to have money, by the way. I saw somebody the other day say I can't remember what it was, something along the lines of money is the root of all evil. It is not. It is not. The Bible doesn't even say that. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. Reverend Ike used to say the lack of money is the root of all evil. And if you look at some of the things in our world, you might actually say that that's an argument. Let me say this about money when it comes to this place. As you give, it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Shall you receive all that the source has to offer to you. And as you give today, give with a cheerful heart. Put that money in there knowing that you're not losing anything. You're investing in a high interest return, because when you invest in the heavenly economy, you can't outgive that. There's no place in this world that you can trust the systems better than trusting that system where life comes from. So as you give today, consider that. The ways to give are going up on the screen now. There's multiple ways to give. You can give, of course, by texting to give. You can go to our Unity app and press that yellow heart to give. You can give at firstunity.org/give. That gives you the opportunity, if you want to become a subscriber. Basically, you're giving on a regular basis. You decide what you want that amount to be so that you're not having to write checks or give cash. It just comes out automatically. You can decide and work that into your budget. Also, you can mail a check or a money order to our P.O. box, and you can use our Cash app. It's wonderful. Also, a digital way to give is through our QR code. The big QR code is coming up on the screen right now. Those of you who are watching abroad, you can also participate in this too. You might be further away, but you can participate in the energy of this. By giving into this place, you enact the law of circulation into your life. But also they have that on the plate. As they come by, you can take a picture of it, click on that QR code, and go to our safe and secure website to give. I want to say thank you for deciding not to just be a member in love, joy, and peace, but also being a sustaining partner with this ministry. Okay, Reverend Aileen, if you will come and share our abundance prayer.
Yes, and if you are a first-time visitor, you've never been here before, we have a gift for you. So if you just go out the doors to the left, somebody will be there at the Welcome Center. So please take our gift to you. And for the rest of us, let's stand if you're able to do so, and we will boldly declare, affirm our abundance prayer together. The abundance of God is my infinite source. I now open my mind and my heart to give and receive all God's good, all God's prosperity, all God's abundance. As God as my source, all things are possible, and so it is.
our mantra. Love is who I am. Gratitude is my attitude. Abundance is my nature. Well-being is my birthright. So now let's all go out and have the best day ever because you can.